He opened the book. Not quickly, not carelessly, the way an old man opens something when he knows it might hurt. The pages were yellow, brittle at the edges, the kind of paper that smells like time, like old libraries, like letters no one writes anymore. This book belonged to his old mate, a man who once had a proper job, a decent post, someone people still nodded at with respect, a man who met his son once a weekend, every Saturday, without fail, a man whose kids still said, "Dad's coming." The old man let out a quiet breath. No one was coming for him. He lived on a pension, a bit of help from the system, just enough to scrape by, not enough to feel seen. Funny thing about getting old, you don't vanish all at once. You fade, people stop ringing, stop asking, stop noticing. You're still here, but somehow not really here. He turned another page. Handwritten notes, old photos, smiles frozen in better days. Days when being tired meant a long shift, not just being old. The room was quiet. No telly noise, no chatter. Just the ticking clock, reminding him he still had time, even if no one else seemed to care. And then, that memory came back, the one he never invited, but never escaped. He remembered coming home early that evening, had a bag of groceries in his hand, picked up things his wife liked, thought he'd do something nice. The house was quiet, too quiet. Then he heard laughter. Not strangers' laughter, not neighbors. Laughter he knew, the kind that makes your stomach drop. He stood there a moment, hoping he was wrong. He opened the bedroom door, and there it was, his wife, his best friend, standing too close, looking too guilty. Funny thing, your heart doesn't always shatter with noise. Sometimes it just goes quiet. He didn't shout, didn't swing fists, didn't make a scene. He just turned around and walked out. People later said, "You handled it well," but they didn't see the nights after. The empty house, the silence that followed him everywhere. As he closed the book slightly, his hands shook, and he whispered, almost angry, "Is this where life packed up and left me? Hook end. Or was this just the part where nobody warned him what came next?" He opened the book again, slower now, because this part felt familiar. Between the lines, he saw his own story. A man who always showed up, always helped out, always said, "Don't worry about it." He gave money to relatives who never paid it back, time to friends who stopped calling, patience to people who took it for granted. He raised kids believing they'd always stay close. Life had other plans. He told himself that's just how it goes, that being decent mattered more than being happy. That's what men of his generation were taught. Keep your head down. Do the right thing. Don't complain. He worked hard, stayed loyal, played by the rules. And one day, he realized the rules had changed. He was old now, and old, to the world, meant finished. Respect slipped away quietly. Loneliness came crashing in. Funny thing, no one tells you how loud silence gets. Only Mondays felt honest. No fake smiles. No family dinners that never happened. Just another cup of tea. And another long day. That Monday felt different. The air felt thick, like before a storm. And then God appeared. Not in a flash, not booming, just there, calm, steady, like someone who'd been waiting a long time. God asked gently, "Where did you go wrong?" The old man swallowed. "I gave too much," he said, "and never kept anything for myself." God nodded. "If you could change one thing," God asked, "what would it be?" The old man looked down at the book, at the years, at the sacrifices, and for the first time, he didn't lie. Hook end. But was it too late to admit the truth now? Part 3, saying no for the first time, is approximately equal to 500 words. "I'd stop disappearing," the old man said. "I'd stop giving my whole life away to people who wouldn't give me 5 minutes. God didn't scold him, didn't argue, just said, "Then watch." The room shifted. He saw himself younger, always agreeing, always fixing things, always last on his own list. This time, he said no. No to being used. No to disrespect. No to guilt dressed up as love. People didn't like it. Some got annoyed. Some drifted off. Some showed their true colors. But something strange happened. He felt lighter. He started doing small things for himself. Walking more, reading again, sitting without feeling guilty. He faced the betrayal once more. The door, the laughter. This time, he didn't break. He walked away knowing he deserved better. God's voice followed him. You can't control how people treat you, but you can decide what you accept. The vision faded. He was old again, back in his chair, book in his hands. But something inside him had shifted. He wasn't bitter, just honest. Hook end. What if the biggest regret isn't what you did, but what you never allowed yourself to be? Monday came around again. Same chair, same window, but not the same man. He made his tea slowly, sat quietly, didn't turn the telly on straight away. "I did my best," he said out loud. And this time, he believed it. He started chatting to people at the park, not trying to impress, not trying to please, just being there. Some listened, some didn't. That was all right. That evening, he opened the book one last time. The final page was blank. Then words appeared. Simple ones, true ones. You were never forgotten. You just forgot yourself for too long. He closed the book. The chair creaked. The light outside faded, and the old man smiled. Because even alone, he wasn't invisible anymore. If you're still breathing, maybe your story isn't over yet.